For many women, fasting feels unpredictable before menopause. Some weeks it feels easy. Other weeks it feels exhausting, stressful, and impossible to sustain. Hunger swings wildly. Energy crashes come fast. Progress feels inconsistent. But after menopause, something often changes. Many postmenopausal women report that fasting suddenly feels easier. Less dramatic hunger, more stable energy, better tolerance for longer gaps between meals. This isn't imagination. It's physiology. Before menopause, estrogen and progesterone fluctuate constantly across the menstrual cycle. These hormones affect appetite, insulin sensitivity, stress response, and fuel utilization. Fasting during certain phases can amplify stress hormones, increase cravings, and disrupt sleep. What works one week may fail the next. That variability makes fasting feel unreliable. During menopause, estrogen declines and the monthly hormonal swings stop. At first, this transition can feel chaotic. But once menopause is complete, hormone levels become more stable day to day, even if they're lower overall. Stability changes how the body responds to fasting. Post-menopausal metabolism becomes less reactive to short-term stressors. Without monthly hormone shifts, appetite signals are more predictable. Insulin sensitivity patterns stabilize. Hunger cues become clearer. The body no longer has to constantly adapt to internal hormonal changes on top of external stress. This doesn't mean fasting suddenly becomes effortless for everyone. Metabolism may still be slower. Muscle mass may be lower, but the stress response to fasting is often reduced. Without fluctuating progesterone and estrogen, moderate fasting no longer collides with hormonal transitions designed for reproduction. This is why many postmenopausal women tolerate moderate fasting windows better. Fasts of 12 to 16 hours often feel manageable instead of draining. Energy remains steady. Cravings soften instead of intensifying. The body interprets fasting as structure, not threat. Fasting becomes easier not because menopause fixes metabolism, but because hormonal noise is reduced. The system becomes simpler. With fewer internal signals competing for attention, the body adapts more calmly to predictable routines. Consistency replaces volatility. This creates an opportunity, not a mandate. Postmenopausal women can often experiment with fasting more comfortably than before. But success still depends on moderation. Aggressive fasting can still raise cortisol, worsen muscle loss, and slow metabolism. Easier tolerance doesn't mean unlimited tolerance. The most supportive approach remains balanced. Moderate fasting, adequate protein, resistance training to protect muscle, sleep and stress management to keep cortisol in check. When these pieces work together, fasting becomes a tool, not a battle. The resolution is clarity. After menopause, fasting may feel easier because hormone levels are more stable. With fewer fluctuations, the body responds more predictably. This doesn't guarantee weight loss, but it removes a major source of resistance. Menopause closes one hormonal chapter, but it opens another. When fasting aligns with a more stable internal environment, metabolism becomes calmer, more cooperative, and easier to work with. Not because the body changed for the better, but because it stopped changing so often